Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Arg. In this video I'd like to go over the upgrade costs for artifacts and artifact equipment with Module 22. Now this will be mainly for console players where Module 22 launches only tomorrow. So you'll have this foresight beforehand and be able to go and, let's say, upgrade your artifacts or your equipment before the new module. I'd like to go over why and what I would have liked to have known before Module 22 launches. Now, I did primarily know a little bit beforehand, but I didn't actually investigate it further, and the massive price difference that it's going to cost you between upgrading artifacts now and with Module 22, which we currently have on PC. The upgrade cost has gone up by nearly 3 times more expensive, and this is mainly to do with preservation wards and the new system that they've implemented, that when you upgrade something, let's say this artifact, that you're going to need to use preservation wards to protect everything separately. Now we'll show you this a little bit later when we go into the lower chances of upgrading, that it will use up more preservation wards than you might think. So firstly, on green rarity, it's not so bad. We're just going to need 50,000 refinement points and 5 rank 3 enchanting stones. However, that's already more expensive than with Module 21. Excuse this really rough sheet here, but you can see this was the RP cost for Module 21. We only need 555 refinement points, and for rank 1 to upgrade, we only needed a rank 4 and 2 rank 3 enchanting stones and like 1 rank 3 mark of potency, and it was very dirt cheap. And however, the cost difference isn't such a big thing, and generally on a 90% chance, most of the time you're going to fully succeed on the first try. Of course, every now and again you might fail, and that's just unfortunate, so you might still want to have those preservation wards slotted. You can see with the preservation wards slotted, and when we do succeed, it doesn't use the pres ward. So we can click continue, and now we're upgrading to epic, and we can see we now have 3 reagents here, a 50% chance. We also have a slot for a moat to increase just this chance. You can have different moats, like coal moats will just make it 100. Then you have the primitive ones, which are green, which give a 1% plus, so that would be 51%. Pretty stupid to do that. Then you have your blue, which would be a 2% plus. Then you have your epic, which is a 5% plus, and then you have your legendary, which is a 10% plus. In my opinion, you don't want to be using those until much later on, when you're looking at like maybe 5% down to 2% or even a 1% chance to get these upgraded. Then moats can somewhat be helpful. Here we can see upgrading to epic, it's going to cost us all of these reagents. We have these new glyphs of potency, which have a base value of, in the Wondrous Bazaar, 50,000 astral diamonds. You can get them from doing your legacy campaigns. You can get them from doing your, let's say, Harvester of Nightmares event, where we have that event currency. You can also get these glyphs, but otherwise 50,000 astral diamonds just for one of them usually. And then 5 enchanting stones, this time rank 4, and we're going to have to go and protect it, let's say, if we want to make sure we don't lose it. In my opinion, rank 3s are very expendable, so are rank 4s, and you could just take the gamble to maybe lose a few more instead of protecting it. Same with the refinement points. If you have loads of refinement points, you could afford to lose 100,000 here and there and thus not worry about it. With the glyphs, you most likely want to protect, and let's say we protect everything and give it a try once. Maybe we're really lucky and we just get it. You can see we failed. We failed, and it consumed 3 preservation wards. This is what's broken about Module 22. This is what I would have liked to have been aware of before Module 22 came live. They did not clearly state this in any of their developer blogs, that you would lose all 3 preservation wards when you use them to protect your items. You can see we should only lose the preservation ward that was used to protect these enchanting stones. But no, we also lose the preservation wards that we use to protect the refinement points and that we use to protect the glyph, even though it wasn't going to actually use up that said currency, because what happens in the new system, rather than losing everything on a fail, you will randomly lose one of these 3 slots, and that's why you put the preservation wards in. So let's say I don't mind losing refinement points, and let's say I don't mind losing enchanting stones rank 4. I could just protect glyphs of potencies, and then this would put it in a similar cost of what we had in module 21. You only needed 1 preservation ward to protect all the reagents. Now you need 3 preservation wards to protect all the reagents, and if you fail, you will use all 3 preservation wards. Here we can try again to upgrade it. Potentially we are lucky. Yes, we are. We don't use our preservation wards, just the reagents. Now we're on to purple to legendary, and you can see we've gone to enchanting stones rank 5 again. This time it only uses 2 of them, which is nice, but we've gone up to 2 glyphs of potency, and we've gone up to 150,000 refinement points. And again, let's say we want to protect these enchanting stones because they're quite expensive, so we might as well put some preservation wards in there. We have 15 million refinement points, so for us 150 is like 1% of our refinement points, so we aren't really too concerned about those, so let's not put any preservation wards in there. But the success chance is only 10%. So only about 1 in 10 tries are we going to succeed. So we'll just try once and you can see what happens. We lose both preservation wards, one that was protecting the glyph and the other one that was protecting the enchanting stones. However, the chance actually made it so that we lost the refinement points. Next time around, we lose refinement points again. So you can see the system here is set up that it's not actually a random chance to lose any of the following. If you protect these, right, then it's 100% chance you don't actually lose them anymore. You have them protected. If you have one unprotected, then there's 100% chance that this will be chosen to be lost. Let's say we don't protect glyphs, yeah? So we just have enchanting stones. We try once and ta-da! We lose the glyphs and we lose the preservation ward that we used to protect our enchanting stones. But we don't lose refinement points all the time. We can try again. This time around, it's a gamble between refinement points, which we lost now, and then the glyphs. So this is just terrible system in my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like that you 100% will always lose a preservation ward if you have one slotted. This is basically to make it so that you can, let's say, not protect items that you don't exactly need. Let's say I don't value refinement points because I have so many of them. Then I don't mind keeping on losing them. But let's say they are scarce to you and you don't want to have to be buying them off the auction house the whole time, then you'll protect everything. And every time you fail on this, let's say we try again and we fail, you lose 3 preservation wards per try. And you can see we do have the cutoff point, which is after 15 tries we'll 100% succeed. Now we'll just go try until success since we get this to mythic. You can see we used 8 preservation wards from each slot. This is big ouch. We lost 24 preservation wards just for that, along with those reagents to finally get it upgraded. Now on mythic, you would think we would need enchanting stones rank 6. Like right now, they have absolutely no value because they're not used in module 22 whatsoever. I recommend just holding on to them. There will probably be some point where they will either rework it or make it so that, let's say, upgrading to mythic actually uses rank 6 enchanting stones, or maybe another rarity after mythic. I have no idea what they would do. But here again, it's 200,000 refinement points. You don't really want to be losing that on each try anymore, and it's a 5% chance. 2 glyphs again, but 5 enchanting stones. Again, to get it upgraded, you'd want to, let's say, protect everything. So we just stick nearly a stack of pres wards in each slot and we go and try until success, and there we go. We lose massive amounts. We lost nearly 60 preservation wards and the reagents to get it upgraded. That's a big yikes. Now again, looking at my document, you can see that it was about 210,000 astral diamonds that you would lose through enchanting stones to upgrade to mythic. It was about 280,000 worth of marks of potency in terms of astral diamonds, and then you had the upgrade chance here, and we lost about on average 30 preservation wards. This across all of the chances, at least if my math is correct. I'm sure there are some probability masters out there who might want to correct me. This is just a very rough average, okay? And then we go to module 22. We're losing up to 500,000 refinement points, which is a bit better from the previous system because we lost actually 656,000 refinement points. So overall it costs less in terms of refinement points, but in terms of the cost, it's a bit less overall until you take into consideration the new chance system with regards to preservation wards. With the old system, you lost maybe about 420,000 astral diamonds in terms of the current price of preservation wards. And with regards to the new system, you lose about 1.2 million astral diamonds in terms of preservation wards just to get an artifact from green to mythic. Nearly 3 times more expensive to upgrade these bloody artifacts. And it's the same with the artifact equipment like your neck, waist and such. Let's say we look at our lost mouthpiece here, we want to upgrade it. The first section here is exactly like artifacts. We can try once here, it's the 90% chance just using rank 3s. Now we go to rank 4s and we can see all the costs there. Then we go to rank 5s. Well, we failed that one, so we'll just try until success here. Now we do succeed, and then we get to the legendary, which is the final one, 10% chance. Don't really want to be using these rank 5s or losing them. We don't really want to be using that much refinement points, so we protect both and we try until success, and there you go. We're very lucky we only use 2 preservation wards, one to protect this enchanting stone and the other one to protect the refinement points. Then we're done there, we have it on legendary. So overall, it's gotten a lot more expensive, and hopefully this was insightful as to the cost difference. Again, here is my math here. You can just screenshot that there and have a look over yourself. It's very rough, and if I had more time, I'd make this a lot more presentable on, let's say, an Excel sheet with the columns and the rows and the colors, and you'd be able to see that a bit more easier. But again, this are all really rough math there, taking the prices as they were, let's say, a few days ago when I writ this up on the auction house. Prices change all the time, so these are just kind of rough averages. You can see we go from like a 250 cost in astral diamonds compared to a 491,000 cost in astral diamonds. That's using the reagents, but then if we include the cost of, let's say, the preservation wards, you get the massive difference there of nearly 3 times more expensive with the new system. Last thing to note is if you do go and upgrade any artifacts or artifact equipment before module 22, you will actually get all of the refinement points back as compensation. So in my opinion, make sure to go upgrade everything that you want to be upgraded at some point. Have it done now. You will get all the refinement points back, and as long as you're going to make use of the item, it will be worth upgrading now than later. So again, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going. And if I present this well, consider leaving the video a like. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.